Alright guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back again to Naijafoottv, where we talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Super Falcons, and everything that you need to know. So right now there's a really important update coming out of the camp of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. As you probably already know, the girls are preparing to play in the Nations Cup, which is coming up from next month, July 5th, and then it's expected to end on the 26th of the same month. So it's already almost here, and the big development coming out right now from the camp is the fact that the coach Justin Madugu has released his final 23-24 man squad to play in the tournament. You know, as the Super Falcons of Nigeria seeks to win the competition for the record 10 times. We've actually won it 9 times, which is the most any nation has won it. But this one, definitely, I know they will also want to go on and win it. I think the last time that it was played, it was probably South Africa that won it. So this time, the Super Falcons will be looking to collect that trophy again to make it 10 times. And it's very interesting, guys, if you look at the list, released by Coach Madugu. As you can see on the screen, there's Chamaka Nadozie, who's currently a free agent after she left her Paris FC 3 or 4 days ago. And then the other 2 goalkeepers include Tochukwu Olohi and Onuchukwu Rachel. Defenders, we have Miracle Useni, we have Tosin Demehin, we have Osinachi Ohali, Sokurat Oladipo, Michelle Alozie, Asle PLUMPTRE, and then we have Issa Sekiratu. Midfielders, we have Rashidat Ajibade, who's also a free agent because he left Atletico Madrid recently. And then we have Alimatu Ainde, Deborah Abiodun, Jennifer Echegini, Tony Payne, and Christy Ucheibe. For the attacking players, Asisat Oshoala, Francesca Odega, Chiwendu Ihezuo, Ifeoma Onumonu, Esther Okoronkwo, Omorin Sola Babajide, Folashade Ijamulisu, and then Chioma Okaf. Also, these are the players that we expect to see in the camp once the camp is opened up. And another interesting thing is that they actually have 2 friendlies that they will hope to use to kind of test run themselves and see how prepared they are before going properly into the competition. And those friendlies are coming. First one is against Portugal on June 23rd, which is effectively 3 days from today, because today is 20th. So 3 days from today they will play Portugal, and then they have Ghana as well on the 29th of June. So it's going to be a very busy couple of days for the Super Falcons, and then before the competition starts. So obviously we expect the camp dates to be very soon, even though it has not been announced when the coach has opened the camp, but it's definitely around the corner. So we'll see about that. But based on the list that we've just seen, I think the list is a really strong list. It's a really strong list. I'm particularly happy to see a number of players being called back into the squad. Most notably being Asle PLUMPTRE, who's a very, very talented defender who we have missed for a really, really long time. I'm just very excited to see her get back into the squad for this African Cup of Nations. And then, also before it's very impressive also to see Asisat Oshoala making that squad, because obviously in the last couple of months, in few call-ups that we've seen previously, Asisat Oshoala had been left out of the attacking players, and partly because of age and the fact that we have a lot of young talents who are really showing their quality, scoring goals whenever they play. So it's kind of like the reason why Asisat Oshoala hasn't really seen a period, but it's good to see her back again. Of course, she has a lot of experience scoring in the Nations Cup. I think she's the one that has the most goals. I've forgotten the count, but she definitely can be very useful to us. And then the likes of Francesca Odega, who's probably the oldest player in the squad. But her move to the Saudi Pro League, where she joined as a plumpter in the Al Ittihad ladies team, kind of turned things around for her, because ever since she made that move, she has really turned her career around. Despite being 30 something years right now, she has been scoring goals a lot recently. So that would explain why Coach Madogo is opting to include her as one of the overage players that are in the squad. But let me know your thoughts about this. Do you think this list is actually the best or strongest squad that we can actually come up with for the Nations Cup? Well, moving on, guys, Turkish Super League has released the statistics from last season, and Victor Osimhen seems to have dominated all of the statistics. When you talk about goals scored, of course, he was the highest goal scorer. He won the Golden Boot. Talk about non-penalty goals, Osimhen is still number one. He scored the most non-penalty goals. Talk about goals per 100 touches, Osimhen is still number one. Talk about expected goal ratio, Osimhen is number one. Non-penalty goals, Osimhen is number one. Goals per 100 touches, Osimhen number one. Shots, total shots, Osimhen is still number one. Shots on target, Osimhen has number one. Shot frequency, Osimhen number one. Goals plus assists, Osimhen is number one. Non-penalty goals plus assists, Osimhen number one. Goals plus assist ratio, Osimhen number one. Virtually every important statistics here is showing that Osimhen is number one in this recently concluded Turkish Super League season. Also, goal possibility per 100 passes, Osimhen is still number one. Really, it's just so amazing to see this stat. Just wanted to share it here. And also, if you look at the hits map, you would see that Osimhen is somewhere high up there, giving every other person gap. The gap is really, really massive. Osimhen is, I think, around 1.3 margin, right? And all of the other guys, the closest to him was, I think, under 1.0. So this stat is really crazy. It just shows that Osimhen is on a different level compared with any other player in the Turkish league. He almost gave them ×2 gap, when it comes to performances. This is just so incredible, and I mean, we're just so proud of him, proud of what he did in the Turkish Super League. To be honest, this looks so unreal. It looks so unreal. But Osimhen is Osimhen, and we know that this isn't something that is surprising, because obviously he's someone that works hard. He likes to give 100%. He's even ready to die on the pitch. It shows it. It's not something that hides. If you watch him play, you see how Osimhen is giving everything on the pitch, just so that he can get the goal, get the victory, help his teammates win the match. That's all that's important for him. That's all that he cares about. And there's no surprise to see this man achieving all of these accolades. I just wish that all of our strikers, in the Super Eagles setup, the Boniface, the Onuachu, Arokodare, Desas, can actually look up to this guy and emulate him. Some of them are his senior. For example, Desas, Onuachu, they are his senior, because Osimhen is 26 and Desas is, I think, 29. Onuachu probably 27. But it doesn't matter the age. I mean, you can learn from someone that you're his senior. It doesn't have anything to do with it. As far as the person knows his business, he knows his trade, he knows how to deliver. Obviously, we can learn from him. But that's the update, guys. Leave your reaction. Stay tuned for more stories.